Sorry, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning. The August 23rd, 2023 meeting, special meeting of the Board of Estimates is now called to order. As the board continues to meet in this hybrid fashion, we ask all those in this room, please ensure that your phones and electronic devices are turned off or at a minimum, turned to silent so you do not disrupt today's proceedings. At this time, I ask our amazing clerk, Ms. Celeste Amato, for any corrections, additions, and noted abstentions to today's agenda.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning, everyone. This morning, we have no changes, corrections, or walk-ons to note for this board. We have no protests or statements of opposition, and there have been no withdrawals or deferrals. The following items, the two items on the agenda this morning, are also on the non-routine agenda because this is a special meeting. Item SB 23-12926, Department of Human Resources, 2024 Actives and Retirees Health Insurance Plans. And SB 23-12911, Labor Commissioner MOU for Baltimore Fire Officers, Local 964, IAFF, fiscal year 24. We have no abstentions to note for any of the members of our board this morning, and amazingly, that concludes my statement for this morning.
Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. At this time, I'll take a motion to approve and adopt the opening statement.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and probably second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The opening statement has now been adopted. I now would like to direct the board's attention to a memorandum from my office dated August 21st, 2023, identifying matters to be considered as routine agenda items together with any corrections, additions, abstentions, and no votes that have been noted by our clerk. I will entertain a motion to approve all items contained on the zeroed out routine agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and probably second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The routine agenda has been adopted. We did that because that's just a traditional BOE procedure. So for those that are watching us or listening in, again, this is a special meeting, and there are only two items that we're going to take up today. The first item on the non-routine agenda can be found on page 2, SB 23-12926, Department of Human Resources. The request is to approve the rate adjustment for the healthcare rates fiscal year 2024 from a Human Resources Department. We have the director, and his name is?
Good morning. Quentin Herbert, Director of Human Resources. Thank you, Mr. President, Mayor Scott, Comptroller Henry, and other distinguished members of the board. Before you, you have the rates for health and prescription drug benefits for our actives and retirees for plan year 24. I'd just like to note that the highlights, total cost for medical prescription drug, life and accidental death is projected to be $302.5 million in plan year 24. That marks an 8.5% increase overall over what the projected 2023 rates are. As we peel back the layers of the onion on that, what we discover is that the lion's share of that cost increase is in the self-insured plans, which are the plans that the city fully funds. And the increase to the self-insured medical and prescription drug plans are projected to be 10.4% higher, or $21 million of that $23.6 million increase. Also would like to note that the overall cost for medical and prescription drug benefits are funded by the city at a rate of 70%. So the city pays the overwhelming lion's share for that cost of those benefits. The other 30% is covered by premiums paid by employees and or retirees. Kaiser, which is a fully insured medical plan, sees a minimal increase of 0.7%, increasing projected from $20.6 million to $20.7 million. Our fully insured dental plan, there will be no change in the rates because of a contractual rate lock that we had. That benefit is scheduled to go out to bid in an RFP in January of next year. We also will be putting out for bid the self-insured UCCI DPPO plan. And again, there's a minimal increase from $4.7 to $4.8 million in that plan as well. Again, the fully insured life and accidental death, there's no change. We had a 5-year contract where that rate stayed constant for 5 years. That also will be going out to bid in January of next year, as will the NVA Vision Plan, where there's no change in that rate. We anticipate that we will likely see savings by putting these contracts out to bid. Also wanted to note that the increase includes the Aetna and CareFirst ASO fees that are effective January 1st, 2024. And with respect to the MAPD plan, which is for the Medicare-eligible retirees, we are anticipating a 5.7% increase. And again, that increase was capped as a result of the current contract. And so that is what's behind the rate projections and the rates for plan year 2024.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Director. At this time, are there any questions or concerns from members of the board? Hearing and seeing none, at this time, I'll take a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved and probably seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. This item has been approved.
I'd
Thank
like
you
to
so
thank
much.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the next item on the non-routine agenda can be found on page 3, SB 2312911, the Department of Labor Commissioner. The request is to approve the note of memorandum of understanding between the City of Baltimore and Baltimore Fire Officer, Local 964 IAFF, for fiscal year 24. From the Labor Commissioner's Office, we have
Deborah Moore Carter and Veronica Jones attending virtually.
Thank you so much. At this time, you can proceed with your presentation, Ms. Carter.
Good morning, honorable members of the Board of Estimates. As I stated, I am Deborah Moore Carter, Labor Commissioner for the City of Baltimore, and with me I have Veronica Jones. And we're here requesting notation on the Memorandum of Understanding for FY24 between the City of Baltimore and the Baltimore Firefighters Local 964 IAFF. As required by charter, we began negotiations in January of this year. We are to conclude negotiations by March 1st. And if we haven't concluded negotiations, either party can request arbitration. This year, we did not reach agreement by March 1st, so therefore the fire officers requested arbitration. We started the arbitration hearing in June of this year, and on the first day of arbitration, we managed to reach agreement. And some of the details of that agreement includes a 4% across-the-board wage increase for FY24, a longevity increase at year 6, a change to the schedule which reduced their hours, and several other items that are very important to the Baltimore City Fire Department, and an agreement to start the conversation early because there are a number of items that we would like to change in the Memorandum of Understanding going forward. Veronica and I are here, but this was a group effort. So while I have the floor, I'd like to thank, in addition to the OLC, our team from Nelson Mullins, the Baltimore City Fire Department management team. They were amazing in this process. I also want to thank President Fannin, Josh Fannin, and his team, and the attorneys from Conn Smith and Collins.
Thank you so much, Ms. Moore Carter. Does that conclude your presentation?
Yes, sir, that is it.
All right, well, thank you so much. At this time, are there any questions or concerns from members of the board? Hearing and seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved and probably seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. This item is approved. At this time, there's no new business before the desk of the board, and we will adjourn. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Estimates will occur on Wednesday, September the 6th at 9 a.m. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Baltimore, we absolutely love you.